T-Man 978 Shill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Legacy Evolution comic universe Tarn. Tarn started life in the IDW produced comics, and now we are finally getting an action figure that actually depicts what he looked like in those comics. Thank you to Extra Zero for the assist on getting this figure. I have never seen it in stores and my pre-order got pushed back. Separate from his body accessories, you get this block right here that has this rotational joint right there. Put it in this position basically. And you know what? No. Hey, you can be in this position. And basically we get these two cannons that are transparent plastic with the very dark purple on top of it. The only difference is one of them has a little thing right here and the other one has it right there. So yeah, when you attach it, this will be the front. I put it up here so that this little nub will be out the way, and over here that nub will be out the way. Well, basically that's what it looked like. I think they wanted to use a bunch of transparent plastic because in the comics he used to glow, like the whole body would be glowing up with energon. Most of the characters did that, and it can store on the arm like this. So there you are. I actually feel like I'm doing something wrong, to be honest. Let's put it in. No, that's still far back. I don't really like one QC issue I have. This thing right here doesn't lock as tight as I would like it. You know what? With this little bump right there in the front and this right here, this rotational joint stays a little bit more sturdy. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this back here and plug this one right here. And note, you will have neither one of these getting in the way of this rotational joint. So then we can plug it into the arm. I put it into the peg hole. He has two peg holes on this side. I'm putting it into the one that's further back. If you have it like this, which they don't show you any instructions, where this little peg right there is in the front, it sits further out and his arm can go up. But basically, let's let you see him. This is pretty much what he looked like in the comics. Depending on who drew it that day, the body may have been a tiny taste more buff or beefy. One thing I do like is it's pretty much just an action figure. The back kibble is just almost non-existent. They covered up as much hollowness as possible. In fact, you don't see any at all, really. But this guy, and I noticed that they're doing this with Voyager class more now. This guy is pretty much what I would call an action figure. Most Transformers I don't consider to be an action figure, but this is almost like an action figure that can transform, just happens to be able to transform. And let me let you see what I'm talking about. Like, for one, his head is on a ball joint, so it can tilt side to side, and he can look up. And they went the extra mile of putting a hinge for transformation, but coincidentally, you can use it so you can actually look up further, and you can kind of look down. Now, one thing I dislike this type of shoulder articulation, where the shoulder joint is actually in the top of the shoulder as a hinge, and the rotation is here. I like it when the hinge is actually in the shoulder or in the arm and not the actual shoulder. I keep saying shoulder. You know, when the arm actually bends out right here on a hinge instead of in the actual body. Because the range of motion gets a little bit wonky. But you do have this joint right here for whatever that's worth. You have a rotation here. And it bends slightly more than 90 degrees. The wrist rotates. And the fingers open up. You don't need to do that for anything, but it does help change the articulation. It just has a swivel in the waist that stops here and stops there. And then we have this type of hip situation that goes up more than 90. You go back, go out to the side, swivel right here. You get more than 90 right there. But if you break this connection, you can get well beyond. Then on top of that, you get ankle pivot, but the foot goes all the way forward and comes all the way back. And that joint is very stiff and great. What's not stiff and great is this moves a little bit looser than I would like. And his body is heavy, so as long as you don't do anything like hold him by the knees or hold him by here, you'll be all right. When you put him in the pose that you found that you like, you can pretty much keep that pose, but it just feels a mess if you're just manipulating the legs and whatnot, if that makes any sense. But you can get into good poses. Wish list, ab crunch. Ab crunch, and I wish the shoulders articulated different. Other than that, perfect. Pretty much perfect. Optionally, you can bring these down. Take this cannon off. Move these guns forward. Plug this right here. And then he has the cannons over his back. If you want that. I don't know if you can rotate it. Let's see what that will look like. If we maybe rotated it down and then put these up here. Yeah, if we rotated it down, it would just be over the shoulder like this, if you like that look. But then he doesn't have his own separate gun. But you could take these, and I imagine, yeah, you can hold them in the hand, or you could plug them in the arms, like that, or you can connect these two guns together, that direction, or the reverse, to give him a longer cannon. And this is something we've seen happen several times since they've been doing all this War for Cybertron type stuff. Oh, I guess they're calling this the Evo Fusion. Yeah. So yeah, from an action figure standpoint, I don't have too much to complain about. It's good to go. It has ports all over the body if you look for them. Here he is next to a current day deluxe class size figure and a current day leader Voyager class size character, since it's pretty much one and the same, but this is Commander class Rodimus Prime from Transformers Kingdom. Her name is eluding me like crazy right now. I don't need you to tell me because I'm going to figure it out after I finish filming, but that's who she is. She's that Walgreens exclusive lady. Minerva. Anyway, transformation. I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to take this and now I'm going to leave this to the side till I get there. Back here, we can move this down and move this down till it clicks. If anything feels cheap, these two little things, I mean, it clicks in place, so that's good. I can't ask for more than that, but they do feel a tiny bit flimsy when you move it. The hands, I believe they rotate around this way, but honestly, as you'll see when I get there, it doesn't make a difference. You can take these feet and put them like this and plug the legs together. But the backpack can detach right here, come out like that. The chest lifts at the bottom, and now that we've done this, the head can actually rotate. I'm going to put the head as far back as possible, but don't lift the chest up more than that. Slide the shoulders out like this. It's not a satisfying slide, but just get them out and then you'll have access to do this. If you can't do this, then you didn't do it good enough. But you can keep rotating them this direction, which actually pushed this into the direction that I needed. Get the knees bent like this. You can swing the arm down. Now this forearm panel right here needs to actually rotate like that, but basically get it up to here. Now this tends to keep moving around right here while you're messing with it. The weird piece of articulation in the bicep, it bends that way on purpose so that we can get this peg right here into this, or peg hole into that peg right there. But I'm going to do that on both sides. Bring that down, flip this panel around, but get it up to here, and then bend that weird joint right here and get this connected to the leg right there. And now we can open this up right here, bring this down, or this piece right here moves behind the arm, and then this can plug inside of that empty hole or empty cavity. Same deal, open this up, fold this down, and put that in the empty cavity. This piece right here rotates this way, and we can shut this down again until it like stays in the position like that. And now the knees bend again on that secondary joint, loosen that up, and then rock the knees until these pegs right here can go into the feet right there, or have the feet into that position right there. Alright, so now we need to worry about these. This is what pegs into there. You put the guns kind of in the front, the first two, and peg that into the legs. And now basically here's Tarn in his alt mode. Sometimes this might be bent, you can just straighten that up. It does not have wheels. It has this little nub right there, that's a fake wheel, and that little nub, but it does not roll. You just slide it. This can still rotate, and these can go up a bit. These can hinge out to the side, but it looks like a Cybertronian vehicle tank thingy. It has ports in various spots, so you can put weapons in it. It's not very big. In fact, here is a deluxe car next to him. I think his name is Scraphook, but yeah. Not very big compared to this. So there's that. I don't really have a problem with it besides it not having the wheels. I really would have loved to have wheels. Well, yeah, there's that. I guess we could port these here instead. Or reverse it because this little nub is going to be in a daggone way. Or you could put this right there. Put that right there. So there's that. But yeah, it is what it is. Reverse. I don't have too much of a problem with it, like I said. Take that stuff off. You can unplug this. Just leave that like it is right now. I'm going to lift that up. Rotate this up until that pegs. And shut this door. Lift this up. Rotate this. Shut that door. Detach this. Bend the arm straight. Rotate this panel around. And rotate the hand around forward. Get this straight. Rotate this around. And get the hand forward. You can bring the legs up and plug them into place. Straighten the feet up and separate that. Now we need to lift this up off, rotate it, get it out the way kinda. Now we need to start moving this back, moving that back. We can start bringing this down and pushing the head up. Kinda almost have to do it at the same time because it needs to be down so that we can lift the shoulders up and squeeze that, and then we can push this down. And continue pushing that down. Bring the arms down. Now here we have two peg holes right there that go, or pegs that go in the two peg holes in the back. Close or peg them in, or peg one side in first. Now we can lift this up and lift that up, and they lock into place. So don't listen to me too hard. I'm mentioning that they feel probably the cheapest of the whole toy, but they do what they're supposed to do, like I said. Now figure out what you want to do with this weapon. Get that back together. Plug it into the arm. And he's good to go. I like them, except a few minor things like the way the shoulders work, like I mentioned. Thank you once again, Extra Zero, for your help. Thank anyone who is watching this video. Thank anyone who has helped me out on my channel in any type of way by liking, sharing this video to other people that you know like Transformers, subscribing, using my Amazon link in the description. I have a link to Whatnot that can get you $15 off of your first purchase down there. And you can contact me using any of the things down there. So there's all that. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click